Hello, I'm Chloe Townsend and I'm 20 years old and I live in Latrobe, Tasmania. I've been making rural art pieces since I was in grade 8, so about 7 or 8 years ago. I started making rural art pieces, as I said, when I was in school, as I was encouraged by my mum, who's also my textiles teacher, to enter the Burnie paper clothing competition. I really like wearable art because you can really push the boundaries of fashion and you can make very big, crazy things out of all sorts of different materials as well. So this piece is called Coral and it is inspired by all the coral in our Australian oceans. So the story that I want to tell is, as I said, an environmental issue that I want to make known about our Australian coral and how it is dying quite fast, and I also want to enhance the natural beauty of it as well. The most challenging part of my garment has definitely been the creating the handmade paper and then working with handmade paper, as I've never used handmade paper before. It's quite fragile, and if you haven't made it right, it will just rip and break. So that's been quite a tricky thing to work around, but it's also been very enjoyable as well. There's been a few techniques I've done. In the skirt, I had lots of fun with the skirt. I used so many different random things like a sponge, and I was flicking paint everywhere and doing all types of things, and I scrunched it up to really get the texture, as this piece is quite heavily texturized. My tips for the model would be to be quite confident in the way she moves in the dress, natural in her way of movements as well. So I've already actually started planning my next wearable art piece, which is really exciting actually. I don't know what competition I'm going to enter in anything, but I'm just going to make it, again, environmentally issue. We've just gone through a time of COVID, so I'm going to make a dress actually out of face masks, which is going to be really, really cool. And I plan to hopefully enter paper on skin again in another 2 years, which will be really, really exciting as I love paper on skin. And yeah, I hope to just grow as an artist.